From Holt, Michigan, it's the Rockford Rams, 9-1, taking on the Holt Rams at 10-0. And a great playoff atmosphere here in Holt. Dave Zorin along with Derek Walker. And Derek, you can just feel it in the air. Playoff action is here.
Well, anytime it's playoffs, it's going to be a lot of electricity in there. And you're right. Here at Holt, there is a lot of electricity tonight.
There is, because Holt has a little bit of a revenge factor going in because of last year's game. 46-7 they lost to Rockford.
Yeah, that's a big deficit. But what you look at, Holt's team is totally different. And I think it'll be a totally different game because last year they started 18 underclassmen or 18 juniors, and they returned those 18 guys. And guess what? They're seniors this year.
Yeah, and the seniors, the quarterbacks, are going to be the key players in this game. For Rockford, it'll be Tim McGee. Let's take a look at number 15 here.
Yeah, Tim McGee is the guy that's done it the past few weeks, and I talked to Coach Munger early in the week, even though Banderzak is the guy with the stats, and he's been the starter, but he said that Tim McGee is the guy that he's going to go with because he's brought them consistency the last few weeks.
Okay, and on the other side, it's been Mike Hollern, their quarterback, who's been there all along.
Yeah, Mike Hollern, he's a great leader. He accounts for over 1,400 yards of offense, 450 yards rushing, 990 yards passing, and he counts for 13 touchdowns, 8 rushing, 5 through the air.
Okay, so he's going to set the pace for the Holt Rams as we have Rams versus Rams here tonight, and they're going to be butting heads here. We'll see what happens. Any favorites on your side?
Well, no, I'm just looking for a great game. Anytime you get playoff action in late October, early November, and teams come to the second round of playoffs, that's when the competition gets stiffer, and you look for a great game tonight.
All right, Rockford, again, 9-1, Holt undefeated. Throw out the records, though. It's playoff action coming up next.
Pop quiz. Who had the eye of the tiger? What horse did Seabiscuit beat? Who showed who the money? In what game is there no crying? And by the way, what game did your kid play at recess today?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
This is a man who almost learned to walk at a rehab center that almost got built by people who almost gave money. Almost gave. How good is almost giving? About as good as almost walking.
Careful with that stuff, it's fast. Faster than DSL, that's for sure. Check this out. Magnum PI. Yeah, here, me. Grizzly Adams? All right! Wait, let me turn this. Zeus!
Hey,
That's
guys.
awesome. Sorry, Meg.
Comcast high-speed internet with Power Boost. Faster than DSL, faster than ever.
Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet today and get this amazing offer. 1-888-COMCAST.
Moving is so much of who we are. It's easy to take it for granted. Multiple sclerosis stops people from moving. We exist to make sure it doesn't. Join the movement, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, at nationalmssociety.org.
And welcome back to Holt as the Varsity Showcase rolls on here in the second week of playoff action here in Michigan. And every week the prep ticket gets you up to date on what's happening in high school football around the state. And now let's head over to the guys at the Detroit News, Rod Beard, Tom Markowski, and Tim Twentyman. Rod?
Next game is Rockford and Holt. Big game out west.
You know, Holt 10-0, been up in the top 10 all season long. This is their year. You know, they have a lot of kids back from last year's team. Rockford's got the experience, though. Last 3 years in the state championship game. Ralph Munger knows how to coach a big game, and I like the Rams from Rockford to beat the Rams from Holt on the road.
Yeah, you said it exactly. This is Holt's year. 18 guys back from that team last year. And you know, he said this is it. You look at their junior varsity and their freshmen. I don't think they have the talent that they have at the varsity level here. And I think he's instilled that in them kids. And it's at home. I like Holt by 3 points. It's very close.
Well, thanks, guys. Well, you've heard it from them. You've heard it from us. All that remains to be done is playing the game. So we'll be back with the kickoff when we return here on the Varsity Showcase.
We go to any extreme to protect our children here. And here. And here. Well, there's a great way to protect our kids here against diseases like cancer, heart disease, and obesity. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, vegetarian foods. Now you can protect your kids from the inside out. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
You look ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm fast.
Yeah, but you look ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm fast.
But you look ridiculous.
Ridiculously fast. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet today and get this amazing offer. At blazing speeds, it's way faster than DSL from your phone company. And now with Power Boost, your fast connection is even faster. Just call 1-888-COMCAST. Comcast high-speed internet with Power Boost. It's Comcastic.
Mrs. Abruzzo, I'm Ed McMahon, and we're signing up people for...
Yes,
I am. Yeah. Miss Murphy, Ed McMahon. We're starting up... No.
Dreams really do come true.
Hombre, dinero.
No.
Yes,
Ed McMahon, see.
Ed McMahon.
Yes, Ed McMahon. We're having our first
Ed
ever...
McMahon.
Yes. Tuesday night at the high school. We're starting up the neighborhood watch in this area, and here's all the information.
Stevie, get down here, please.
No, it's just
5, 6, 7, 8.
No tango dinero. Neighborhood watch. We're having this neighborhood watch, the first one. Right. I'll come back.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Help play a part in the safety of your community. To find out how you can start or join a neighborhood watch, log on to usaonwatch.org.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers, selling the #1 vehicles in Detroit, and by Bell Tire. Trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise. Let's take a look at our keys to the game. As we get ready for the kickoff, Rockford, big play up front.
Yeah, they have to play big up front. Holt's offensive line averages 6'2" and 257 pounds. So Rockford's going to have to find a way to match that physicality. And they're also going to have to sustain drives because Holt's offense is very proficient, and they have to keep them off the field.
And we'll revisit those now as we get the ball out to about the 30-yard line. They'll start at about the 28. And again now for Holt.
Yeah, Holt has to start fast, and they got to try to eliminate the hope of Rockford that they're going to have some early success. So starting fast will eliminate Rockford's belief that they can hang with Holt during this game. And also Holt has to defend their home field. It's a luxury to play a playoff game at home, and they've earned it, so they have to protect this house.
Here we go, Rams versus Rams. First play from scrimmage from the Holt Rams. And they go off tackle, and a nice run there. And a good gain for Holt on their first possession. And first play of the game by Antonio Todd. 5'8", 170, number 23. There you see the quarterback, Michael Hollern. As we mentioned last week, had a TD run, TD pass, and squeaked out a victory over Battle Creek Central.
Game 5 on the play, brings up 2nd and 5 for Holt.
Second down and 5. They go to the air. Nothing in front of him. He takes off. And he'll be short of the first down by about a couple yards. And our starting lineups brought to you by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers, selling the #1 vehicles in Detroit. For the Holt Rams, on the offensive line, DeClerc, Kelly, Holtz, Walters, and Norton. Scott, Zajac, Nashniffen, Brandenburg, and White. Your backs and receivers. Some names familiar from last year, as they have 18 of them. Third down and 1. And again, and it's loose, a fumble, and recovered there. Recovered by number 2, Bibler, Brogan Bibler right there, but a flag is down.
Now Rockford's defense, they came out tough. On that 3rd and short, they delivered the pop on Antonio Todd and forced the turnover. And those are going to be the things that's going to help Rockford tonight. I mean, you're playing away from home, and you're playing a big game here at Holt. And to come out and have a stop like that would be tough, but it looks like it's going to be a face mask penalty, and the turnover obviously is going to go back to Holt.
Yeah, big break for the Holt Rams, and they'll get the first down here. Take a look. I believe it might be David Lopez, 22. Yes, it is on the carry.
Yeah, Lopez just
lost it.
Yeah, just stick it in there, and Ryan Ingenutuk
made the hit. To say. Wow.
That's
hard hitting,
and that's a big turn of event.
Yeah,
I mean, because they had the turnover, and you know that you make a penalty like a face mask. It's a physical penalty. I mean, it's not something that's you know, pre-snap or anything like that. Kids just trying to play hard physical football and just grab the face mask.
And it's a first down for Holt instead of a turnover. And Ignatuk with the ball knocked it out. Here's one of the assistant coaches. That is not Ralph Munger. Ralph, we will get a chance to talk to Ralph Munger coming back from the halftime huddle. First and 10 for the Holt Rams. And again, nice run this time again for Todd. Antonio Todd, 5'8", 170. And every bit of that 5'8", 170 moving on that one. Take a look at the defensive starters brought to you by our Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Josh Leidy, Reed, Hannay on the defensive line. The linebackers, Leanish, Ignatuk, who made that forced fumble, Stefanski, Wilburn, Beamer, Bibler, Sabon, and Cardi. First and 10 again. The Holt Rams on the move on their first possession, and another big gain as that big offensive line is moving everybody out, and Todd running right behind him, finding a lot of room.
And you got that right. It is a solid big offensive line full of seniors. 6'2", 257 pounds is their average, and they're just going to try to take control of Rockford's defensive line and linebackers. They're big and they open a lot of holes, and there's a couple guys, Antonio Todd and David Lopez, who's very great at rushing the football, will benefit from those holes.
Here's Holleran with an I formation in the backfield. One receiver split down to the bottom. And they go again, and a nice run again for Antonio Todd.
Antonio Todd's a guy that averages 5.7 yards a carry, almost 1,000 yards during the season and 12 TDs. So he's going to get the ball a lot tonight. You're going to see him try to assert himself.
And here is our director's favorite coach. His name is Mike Smith for Holt. Our director, by the way, having the same name. And you can tell something about that name brings out the quality in their players, not only their players, but the whole team here for Comcast Locals Varsity Showcase as well. Now a measurement down on the field. And looks like they got it. First down, Holt.
As you can see, it's enough for a Holt Ram first down.
So the Holt Rams butting heads now with the Rams of Rockford, and they're winning the battle so far. Ball just outside the 31-yard line of Rockford. And there you see Ralph Munger. And he does not like the way Holt is moving the ball right now. And again, Todd, this time he's buried in the backfield for a loss. And they're going to say he was down. He left the ball on the grass. And the Rockford players were all over it there.
And that's the type of defense that Rockford's going to have to play. They're going to have to match Holt's physicality and be physical themselves. If you can see here, just an off-tackle play to the left-hand side. And the defenders, the defensive line, are pushing the offensive line back. And that's what you want to see when you come into a game like this, when it looks like you're overmatched on paper. You just play it out on the field, and you let the play speak for itself.
Here we go now. 2nd and 13, and they go to a passing formation. Plenty of time to pass now. He gets out of the pocket. He's got a lot of room to run. Has the first down and more. Here goes Holleran down inside the 15-yard line, and another first down for Holt. Well, it looked like a broken play, and he still managed to get a huge gain out of it.
Yeah, but those are things that Mike Holleran can do. Over the season, he's had over 450 yards rushing and 987 yards passing in the shotgun formation. Doesn't see anything, and he's not afraid to take off because he averages 5.7 yards a carry, and when he gets back and doesn't see anybody open, he's going to take off, and he's good at running. He's like a quarterback that's a running back.
And he took off at the right time. That pressure was coming from behind him. He couldn't see it, but he sure felt it and took off at the right time.
And that's a good knack of just feeling that pressure. A lot of quarterbacks, that's what you want in your quarterback, to be able to feel the pressure and get out of the pocket.
1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. They're showing blitz. And they run right into it, as Todd doesn't get much there. Gain of maybe a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards. 2nd down and about 8 coming up.
And we talked about the keys to the game and getting a fast start for Holt and trying to eliminate Rockford of any hope that they would have, maybe even, trying to be in this football game. But we know these two teams are very evenly matched. But a fast start, I think, would benefit Holt just for the psyche of Rockford, knowing that, hey, maybe this team is as advertised.
Yeah, so far. 2nd and 8, I formation. Pro set with the receivers. 2 split on each side. Holleran to throw towards the end zone, up in the air, and caught. Flag is down, and it was caught by one of the Holt players. And let's see what the call is. It was caught by Joe Powers, one of the running backs coming back towards the play. Pass interference on Rockford, and it's declined, and they'll take the reception, almost like a hook and ladder, if you will, the way it turned out.
Well, it's just funny the way the ball bounces sometimes. Just quarterback hollering out, flooding the zone, passing to the wide receiver, and oh, there's Powers. I mean, just alert and get downfield, and those are things that can happen when you hustle. That's hustle points. In basketball, you say, hey, the guy got some hustle points. Well, there, Powers got some hustle points and able to get the pass and get a reception.
And almost got it in the end zone. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And on the carry, number 22 this time, and it's David Lopez who gets in. So the Holt Rams strike first.
Now, what a turn of events on the first few plays.
Yeah.
It looked like Rockford got the turnover, but see what a penalty can do. A face mask took them out of punting position, was able to get them a first down, go down the field, put a drive together, and score 7 points. So, you look at something like that and you say, well, if we didn't get the face mask, it'd be 0-0, and our offense would have the ball. We may be able to be up 7-0, but penalties play a large part in football games also.
And this plays a large part, the extra point, as that is blocked. The extra point by number 1, Cameron Imes, and he could not get it over the defense. So the extra point is no good, and we are on the board here for Holt, 6-0 as they lead over the Rams of Rockford. You're watching the Varsity Showcase on Comcast Local.
Whether it happened 10 minutes ago, 10 years ago, or it's happening around you right now, DebtNews.com delivers the fastest, most complete news and information available. Powered by the Detroit News, if you click on DebtNews.com, you know.
Every child needs love. Needs love. Needs love. Every child needs love.
The internet is a wonderful resource to do schoolwork and stay in touch with friends. In the wrong hands, predators use the internet to befriend, seduce, and ultimately harm children.
I'm Attorney General Mike Cox. Working with teachers, parents, and national experts, my office has developed the nation's most comprehensive internet safety program. It's called Michigan Cyber Safety Initiative. This program provides practical tools for keeping children safe online.
Visit us on demand.
Head on into Menards for help in decorating for Christmas. Brighten up the outdoors with a 3D hanging teardrop light. Great for patios, porches, or wherever. In 5 colors, they're just $6.98 each. For other great decorating ideas, stroll through the Enchanted Forest. There, you'll find a wide selection of decorations to meet any taste, from lighted lawn decorations to ornaments to lights. Let your imagination go at Menards.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards.
And welcome back. There you see head coach Ralph Munger, who really is upset about the way the defense handled themselves, and really what killed him was the penalty you mentioned there, Derek.
Yeah, and he talked about that. I talked to him yesterday, and he talked how penalties would not fare well for them being away from home, and turnovers. And obviously they commit the first penalty that leads to a first down, but then obviously leads to a touchdown also.
Number 1, Taylor Nemeth.
So Imez to kick. And he kicks a low line drive, and now a squib pick there by number 20, Cardy. Buried there at the 15-yard line. So not much there as they try to do a little handoff there. Derek Beamer right there, number 22, buried at the 15-yard line. So a long way to go here for the Rockford Rams. Take a look at the touchdown, the 1-yard run here for Lopez, David Lopez.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen when they get down there. They're just going to let their big offensive line go to work, get pad under the pad, and score a touchdown.
And here's a little trick play that didn't work for the Rams, but this one does, of Rockford. Nice carry there by number 29, Aaron Quickle.
And Quicko is part of that two-headed monster for them. Quicko and Kadri, those are the guys that get the most rush yards besides Banasak, who's the quarterback, who's not playing as of yet. McGee is starting. But with Quicko and Kadri, those are guys that's going to get most of the carries and most of the yards for Rockford.
There's Tim McGee, quarterback who took charge after Banasak. And there's a quick pass and another. This was complete out there again. And it's Quakel. So Aaron Quakel letting his presence be known on the running game and now the passing game. And the starters now for the Rockford Rams. Evans, Fegel-Knott, Gagowski, and Sopsel on the line. The backs and receivers, Twist, Carty, Lanish, Bogart, and Krieger. Brought to you by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Another completion, this one complete out to Sam Bogart, number 4, the wide receiver.
And that's what
good size there.
That's what McGee brings you. He's able to throw the football, and that's what Coach wanted to do. Coach Munger talked about his quarterback situation, how Banaszak was more of a runner, but McGee more of a passer.
There are your Ford first defensive players for Holt. Powers, Crawford, Zach, Brandenburg, each now Hollern, Nash Niffen in the secondary. And this time an inside counter handoff. Well, they are really mixing it up, Rockford is. That time Ryan Cochran on the carry. The junior, 5'8", 160.
Yeah, I like the way Rockford's coming out. They needed to sustain drives and kind of keep Holt's offense off the field. They've come out with a couple successful pass plays and running plays, and McGee is the guy that can orchestrate that. He's the guy that throws the football and gets them in the right plays. Banaszak is, like we said, more of a running quarterback, but Coach Munger felt that McGee can give them the most success tonight.
McGee in a little shotgun formation. They hand off on a quick draw. Nothing there. So it'll be 3rd down and possibly passing down after the handoff to number 20, Carty.
Alex Curdy with the ball carrier. He's brought down in the backfield by Mitch Z.
So Alex Curdy, the senior, on the carry, not much there. Mike Smith happy with his defense after that play as they forced a 3rd down and about 4. It's a long 4 for Rockford. McGee goes under center. Back to pass. Pass time. Now he gets pressured. Takes off down the sideline. He's going to be close, but I don't think he'll get it. No, he'll be short. Just about a yard short of the 1st down.
That's a great defensive possession by Holt. In fact, if he did get the, yeah, it is 4th down. Great defensive possession by Holt. Their defense is your strength, power type of defense. They come off the football, you can see their defensive ends upfield, and linebackers in the right spot. And when McGee takes off, everybody keeps leverage. Outside corner stays outside, and the linebackers come up to make the tackle short of a first down.
A great discipline there, Derek, as they kept their position. They stayed at home and waited for his move. And once he took off, they went right after him. Here's the punt, and it's a good one for Wilburn, Andy Wilburn, and it's taken there by Nash-Niffen. Cody Nash-Niffen down the sideline at the 40, and finally got out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So a nice run back. We'll be back with the next possession here for the Holt Rams. 3:53 left in the first quarter. You're watching the Varsity Showcase on Comcast Local.
These kids almost had a new community center. A contractor almost volunteered to build it. A carpenter almost worked on the crew. And everyone else almost gave at the fundraiser. They almost gave. Almost. And these kids? Well, they almost stayed out of trouble.
There's one. Come here, you!
Is it mice? Nope.
Rats?
Nope.
Hogs?
That's right, miss. Hogs. Energy hogs. If you're wasting energy, you'll find one in your home.
Got energy hogs in your house? Now you have the power to do something about them. Log on to energyhog.org.
Hey, let me go. In your dreams, Sporty.
Because nobody likes an energy hog.
Life insurance, it's not about your life. It's about hers. Life insurance isn't about your life. It's about the people who rely on it. It's about security. As a local independent agent, we can design a life insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
Welcome back to Holt, where the Holt Rams are taking on the Rockford Rams in this district final. Second week of playoff action here. And they're going deep. Nash-Niffen up for grabs, and he had two defenders there. And they were all over the ball on that one. It was Bibler, number 2, and number 22, Derek Beamer, right there, covering Nash-Niffen.
That was great coverage by Beamer. He had help over the top from the safety, so that kind of eliminates the big play when you have help from the safety. But it was a great throw and a great effort by Nash-Niffen to try to come up with the football. And one thing about the wide receivers, once the ball's thrown up like that, the wide receiver did a good job. If you're not going to catch it, don't let the defender intercept it.
Second down and 10 now. They go outside, and they string it out. No gain that time for Todd. Antonio Todd on the carry. So the Rockford defense toughens up now and forces a 3rd and 10.
And Rockford's defense in their own right, 9-1. Obviously, they're supposed to be here. But defensively, they only give up 272 total yards per game, 134 on the ground and 139 in the air. So you're going to see a good defensive battle tonight because both these defenses have shown and proved that they deserve to be here.
Todd, 7 carries for 28 yards on the ground. Here's Hollern calling out the signals. He's in the shotgun. Back to throw, has time down the middle, complete, first down. Oh, and he dropped it. They're saying incomplete. Braden White, number 12, had it, but then was hit hard and dropped the ball.
And those are the balls you have to catch. They're wide open over the middle. You know a hit's going to come, so you might as well catch the football. Just great throw by Hollering him. He's been doing this all season. And what a great stick.
Bibler again.
By Bibler.
He's the one who forced that first fumble. That was negated by the penalty, and now another big play. So Brogan Bibler is here to play tonight, folks. Punting situation now for the Holt Rams. High snap taken there, and he gets it off. David Lopez with the punt, and taken there, and it was a fair catch called for by Drew Moreau. And he was hit, so that's going to tack on some more yards. Take a look here. Moreau signaling. Oops. And getting in the way was Scott Crawford.
Yeah, it's a clear fair catch signal. Just coming up for the football, and the defender just got a little too close. And that's the problem when the guy that's receiving the punt comes up, and you got guys coming down. They never really know
full speed.
where he's going to catch the football. And sometimes they think maybe he's faking the fair catch. So it comes a situation where Holt made a mistake, and it's going to tack on yards for Rockford to start this drive at their own 40.
So Rockford had it back at about the 15-yard line on their first possession. And now on their second possession, they're going to get it close to midfield. So a big break now for Rockford. And now they continue to mark it up. It's going to be in Holt territory at the 48-yard line. So what a difference in field position for Rockford now. And let's see how aggressive they'll be on the attack here. They go to the shotgun right off the bat. McGee on the quick handoff. Nice room outside. Getting close to a first down gain of about 8 or 9 yards there. And again, number 29, he's been getting a bulk of it. Quakel, Aaron Quakel, the junior, 5'7", 160.
It's a great design play. Just your fullback coming, kicking out, and running back just going up and finding the hole. And once he finds the crease, he's able to get outside and make something happen. As you see right there, just outrunning the linebackers. They got some big linebackers in the middle. If they can get on the edge, they can be successful tonight.
Here's a quick reverse. And a first down for Rockford at the 30-yard line. On the carry is Curdy. Alex Curdy, number 20.
It's very key on the onset for Rockford to get some first downs, and they've done a good job, obviously. Last possession got a couple, and this possession they got a couple, and now they're in Holt's field position. But if they can sustain this drive and get some points out of it, it can be a big confidence boost coming here to Holt and the team you're playing that's 10-0.
Yeah. Here we go, in motion goes Curdy. Back to throw, quick pattern. A quick turnaround there by Shaner, Donnie Shaner, number 18, the senior, 167, 6-footer. So he's got some good height on him. Here you see his stats on the season, not bad.
No, he's the guy they're going to go to when they need to throw the football. 542 yards, at 16 yards every time he touches the football. But what's more key about that is that he's scored 7 touchdowns. So that's going to be big tonight. When they look for him, they're going to be looking to score.
Second down and 5 for Rockford at the 25. Handoff, straight dive, and it looks like they'll pick up the first down. Big carry there for number 40, Twiest, Brian Twiest. Now they use a plethora of running backs back there, but they all seem to work.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Munger, and he said, I said, who's your key guy in the backfield? Who's the guy that's going to get you the yards when you need it? He said, you know what? We're running back by committee, and all of our guys are going to have to play big tomorrow night or tonight because, you know, we're going to have to use everybody. Nobody's flashy. Nobody's our 1,000-yard runner.
Yeah.
We have 2 or 3 guys that's going to get us 300 or 400 yards per year. But when the big game comes, they're going to have to step up.
And they've been doing it. And take a look here. Taking it himself for a huge gain, first and goal at about the 8-yard line as Tim McGee took it himself. That's the first time we've seen him take off like that.
And he's part of that running back by committee.
Yeah.
Rightfully in his own. He just fakes the handoff off the middle and follows his blocker. The guy that he was going to hand off to just followed him up the middle. And he's part of, like I said, that running back by committee, and they're going to make things happen. What's good about the running back by committee, during the end of the season when you're in the playoffs, people never know who's going to get the football.
Yeah, they can't key on anybody as they get it inside the 5 now. And banging it in there, number 29, Quakel.
I'm impressed with the way Rockford's offensive line has come out and asserted themselves. think a lot of people, when you look at paper, how big Holt's defensive line is, defenders are, and their linebackers who stick through the hole and make plays for them. Their offensive line, Rockford has come up big in this possession.
Clock winding down here in the first quarter. Wishbone in the backfield. Second back. And nothing there. It'll bring up third and goal. And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. And two hard-hitting smash-mouth teams going at it here in Holt. 6-0 the score. Holt leads it over Rockford, but Rockford's knocking on the door. Will they score? We'll be back to find out on the Varsity Showcase.
This house was almost saved from a fire that was almost put out by neighbors who almost volunteered. As generous a nation as we are, sometimes instead of giving, we almost give. But almost giving is the same as not giving at all.
There's something you should know about me. I'm cold. I'm calculating. I get what I want. If you get in my way, I'll wreak havoc upon you. I can leave you weak, limp, twisted, confused. If you want to live to see tomorrow, you answer to me, and you answer quickly. I am a stroke.
Learn to recognize a stroke and act quickly. Time lost is brain lost.
Global warming is a problem.
It's a problem.
I wanted to do something to become more energy efficient.
To protect the environment.
To protect the future.
So I turned to Energy Star for help.
Energy Star is helping me be part of the solution.
Everyone can join the fight against global warming. Go to EnergyStar.gov to learn what you can do.
Together, we can all make a difference.
Just ask Zach.
Mike just proposed to Elena, and she wants to tell Julie, but he had to stop her because Julie lives in Toronto, and long distance isn't cheap till after 8.
Sorry.
With Comcast, she can call Julie whenever she wants for one low price. Hey, congrats.
It's 1-888-COMCAST for home phone service. Call the U.S., Canada, even Puerto Rico for as low as $33 per month.
It's not complex, it's Comcast.
Welcome back. Rockford knocking on the door right now of Holt. But Rockford, no stranger to these playoffs as they went to the semifinals and then the finals last year. They beat a very tough Canton team, as you see them fired up here. And just like they're doing here tonight, hard-hitting action. And they defeated Canton 30-0, as you see the big number 30 scoring there. So Rockford, no stranger, and they again won it in 2004 and 2005 for Division I. Looking to get back there again, but the Holt Rams standing in the way right now. McGee, 3 of 3 through the air for 27 yards, and he's got 15 yards on 2 carries. So he's, like you said, he's the guy for them. Here's a quick handoff. Cutting through, and does he get in? Yes, touchdown. Touchdown, Quakel. Quakel was split out, and the handoff and the timing have to be perfect on that as he got the snap, and as soon as he got the ball, McGee hands off to Quakel.
Yeah, what a great effort by Quakel. I mean, he smelled that end zone, and as you can see at the end, he went airborne and wasn't going to let them stop him from getting in.
Now they're going for 2. No, now they line up for the 2. They show 2, and now the kicker out there, number 47. Nathan Schmuck gets it up, and it is good. And a slim 1-point lead. So Rockford comes back and answers the 6 of Holt. And they take the lead, 7-6. We'll be back with more exciting action here on the Varsity Showcase. right after this.
Whether it happened 10 minutes ago, 10 years ago, or it's happening around you right now, DebtNews.com delivers the fastest, most complete news and information available. Powered by the Detroit News, if you click on DebtNews.com, you know.
This moment is possible because Doug and Susan were screened for colorectal cancer. Now chances are better than ever they'll be around when their grandchild is the star of her college swim team. Screening saves lives. If you're over 50, get screened for colorectal cancer.
Kids, here's my favorite animal. Strong, intelligent, ethical, dependable, compassionate, and patriotic. By the way, where's John?
Intelligent, strong, ethical, dependable, compassionate, and patriotic.
When you help your neighbors, you help your nation. Make a difference. Volunteer. Learn how at usafreedomcorps.gov.
When I was senator, I did a lot
After that, I was able to orbit the Earth in a great big rocket ship.
This is Jack Thomas. Today, someone almost brought Jack something to eat. Someone almost drove him to a shelter. And someone else almost brought him a warm blanket. And Jack Thomas? Well, he almost made it through the night.
The first case of HIV/AIDS was identified 25 years ago. Since then, 25 million people have died. 5,000 people die daily. The fight against this disease still hasn't produced a cure. But every day, each and every person who joins the fight brings us that much closer to winning it. So, why should I care? Because I do. Join the fight.
And there you see Ralph Munger. He was talking to the refs right after that touchdown. But now you see him with a smile on his face, Derek.
Well, yeah, and I talked to Munger, and he talked about this whole team and how they were a powerful team, and they're on paper, they're awesome, and on film, they're unbelievable. He called them the real deal, the entire package. And I thought when his team came out here, they were going to believe all that and just come out and kick off and go home. But they've come out and responded and played well, and maybe Coach Munger was just pulling my leg.
I think he was.
So I tell you what, though, Dave, anytime you can win the championship 2 years in a row and you're always in the thick of things, there's no way that you'll come out and not play up to your ability or not play well because you're used to the atmosphere.
Here's Quakel.
Yeah, Quakel just going outside, great offensive line blocking. As you can see, he jumped in the air, and a lot of coaches don't recommend that you jump because a lot of things can happen. Either you get knocked back or the ball gets knocked out. But he chose to do that, and he smelled that end zone and scored.
Yep, he saw that corner. Good hard running there by Todd, and he's hit hard. Good defense down there by Rockford. So they stop him after 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Both teams will come out and play very physical. Both offenses and defenses, the blockers, offensive lines are asserting themselves. The defenders are coming up and hitting. Safeties in the alley where they're supposed to be. And this will be a tough physical football game. And I think it looks as if whatever team has the ball on last possession can win this one.
It's getting that feeling, Derek, that's back and forth, and whoever gets that ball last, like you said. Taking it himself, behind the blocker, hit hard though, and stood right up there. After a gain of maybe 2 or 3, is hollering, but that defense letting him feel every bit of that 2 or 3 yards he got.
Well, it's going to be tough sledding anytime you go in the middle. I think a lot of times these teams are going to have to go outside to get some yards because these defenses up front, their front 7 are very tough, and there's not going to be a lot of holes in the middle to run in tonight for either team.
Yeah, that's Mike Smith as we're looking over his shoulder, a la Bill Belichick wearing the hooded sweatshirt. 3rd and 3 on a quick draw, taking it himself. and he's going to be short of the first down. It'll bring up fourth down and about 2.
And again, just what we talked about, they chose to go up the middle, and we said how good the front 7 was for both teams, and not allowing the first down. And anytime you take that choice to go up the middle tonight on any second or third down play, you're going to get stopped. Just a quick quarterback draw, comes back like he's going to throw the football, but the defenders stay in their spot and fought off 2 blocks actually and made the tackle in the process.
Yeah. Fourth down, and they're calling it 2, and a punting down as Lopez gets it away. High bounce at about the 26 and then rolls inside to the 23-yard line. So Rockford will start at their own 23 now with 9:32 left in the second quarter. Rockford leading by a slim 1 point, 7-6. And Ralph Munger
turn those into one of the concession stands.
Getting his team fired up.
To a Holt lanyard. Thank you.
Don't forget, you can join us this Friday, November 9th, for an evening of football with fantasy football, pro football now, and Pro Football Weekly. It's all coming your way this Friday, beginning at 5:30 p.m. right here on Comcast Local, your ticket to Midwest Sports. And the Rams, that time, Robert Banaszak in there, the former quarterback, on that one as he goes out.
And I think what's going to happen is that they're going to use Banaszak actually as a running back and quarterback. So he's going to be that type of double threat. He's a guy that you can see has over 453 yards rushing and carries a 5.6-yard average. He's not the best of throwers, but when he has the football, you have to watch out because when he does drop back, he will run.
So Banaszak in there now at quarterback as he took the last carry in the shotgun. Sends his man in motion, Bogart, Sam Bogart, and whistles as we probably have some illegal motion going on.
What's interesting to me, Dave, and
take a look at that. Yeah, look, that was it.
What's interesting?
He didn't call for the snap, but so it's got to be, yeah, there's the illegal motion.
What's interesting to me is you got a guy like McGee who takes your team down the field and puts together a good drive, and you expect him to come back on the field and be ready for the next possession. But Coach Munger puts in Banaszak, and I'm sure he has a reason doing that. But now you see McGee back in the game. But I don't think you change up. I think you go with the guy that brings you success, that gets your offense going. And if he gets stymied or stopped, then you bring the other guy in because he has experience also. Yeah. But you stick with the guy, obviously, that's had the momentum over the last 3 or 4 weeks, especially going into playoffs, and you just ride him all the way.
So the senior, Banaszak, goes out. The junior comes back in. He's got plenty of time. Now takes off one-on-one, and he's hit hard. Good tackle there by number 57. Mitch Zajac brings him down, number 57. Zajac listed on the score sheet as number 27 as a running back, but then he'll put on the 57.
No gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 13 for Rockford.
He goes over to play center, too, on the offense.
That's a tough guy. Anybody can change their number from 27 to 57. Yeah. That's a tough guy. And another thing about Zajac, last week against Battle Creek, he had 20 tackles. So that's saying something about him. He's a tough physical football player.
Watch for him now, showing blitz. And McGee, nowhere to go. He loses the ball. And a flag thrown as they're going to lose it down. And the yardage. They're going to say incomplete pass, not a fumble. Incomplete pass. Take a look here. They're coming right in on him. And a number of players missed their blocks on that one.
But that's just a great defensive call by Coach Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you get a team in 3rd and long in their field position, you bring pressure. You bring pressure, and you allow your defenders. It's only going to take 1 or 2 seconds for your guys to get there, and you just ask your corners to hold on to the receivers for that long.
Yeah.
The quarterback, McGee, had no chance. No. That's a great call deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Corey Byrne, number 21, imprinted his number right into the chest of Tim McGee. They're talking things over there, so they lose the down on the pass, intentional grounding, and it brings it inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line. 4th and 30.
Yeah, and another reason that was a good call, the blitz by Mike Smith, Coach Smith, is because now it's going to give them good field position.
Yeah, they're going to get it at least at the 40, if not better. Yeah, going backwards. Good coverage down there by Stefanski. Joe Stefanski, number 8, was right there to get Cody Nash Niffen on the return, and Niffen got negative yardage on the return. But still great field position now. Ball at about the 44-yard line of the Rockford Rams. So the Holt Rams now have an opportunity to cash in for the first time here in the second quarter. 7:33 left in this first half. Mike O'Halloran, the quarterback. He's got 3 receivers down to his left, 1 receiver up top. Little mismatch down here, 3 receivers. And flags flying as we could have some encroachment here. There's Mike Smith. The Holt offense in the first drive, 71 yards. They got the touchdown. The last 2, only 8 yards and 2 punts out of it.
And it's interesting what Holt's offense is trying to do. To run the football, they're spreading Rockford's defense out. They're sending 3 receivers to one side, 1 up top, hoping to get those linebackers out of the middle and the safety out of the middle so they can run the football maybe up the middle or off tackle. So it didn't work out that time, obviously, because of the penalty. But if you continue to see them try to spread Rockford out, look for the run. Well, that opens a lot of lanes.
And look at the cushion they're giving these 3 receivers, though. One of them's going to get open if they go this way down to the bottom of the right there of your screen. They're showing blitz, and that kind of messed up the offense again as there was movement again. Illegal procedure on the offense again, as that blitz is really causing some trouble with that line.
Well, that's what you do. If Holt's going to play the cat-and-mouse game and kind of spread the receivers out and see what you're going to do, well, then you bring that linebacker, you set him over the slot guy, and then you bring him down, you inch him down, and you bring him in on the blitz. And that's what happened that time. The linebacker was coming on the blitz and forced the offensive tackle to move a little bit early. So those are the games that the coordinators play, offensive defensive coordinators play to try to get some momentum.
And right now it's 1st and 20. So they just go to a basic run off tackle, and they stop them there after a gain of about 2. On the carry was Antonio Todd again. And you see the sideline, packed house on both sides, and they've got fans all the way around the field to the south, actually the north end of the field. There you see the fans on the Holt side, packing the huge facilities they have here. Great atmosphere, but right now the fans a little quiet as Rockford has them buried back on a 2nd and 19 now. Holloran calls the signals. He doesn't like what he sees, and he calls a timeout. So the first timeout being used by the Holt Rams here with 6:42 left in the second quarter. And as Mike Smith talks it over with his quarterback, we'll take a break. You're watching the Varsity Showcase on Comcast Local.
Mom? Dad? How long should I wait for you? Mom?
If I'm at soccer practice.
What if something happens? Will you come get me?
There's no reason not to have a plan in case of a terrorist attack.
Mom, if you're not home, should we go to the neighbor's house?
And some extremely good reasons why you should.
Can you tell me?
Talk to your family about what you would do in case of an emergency. For more information, go to www.ready.gov.
High school sports are one of the greatest privileges young people enjoy, and these educational programs depend on referees.
You can never have too many registered officials.
And now the need is even greater, especially in basketball and volleyball. If you're already a registered official, the MHSAA will offer a discount if you register for basketball or volleyball for the first time this year. To register or for more information, please visit the MHSAA website. Make the right call and pick up a new game. The kids need you.
And there you see the Ram mascot. Well, you know, in a game like this where both teams are Rams, you could just have one mascot, and then whoever's winning, it could go back and forth to either side.
Or they can just split the bill.
Economy, yeah. Here we go. 2nd and 19, and he's pressured again. Gets it off. Nash Niffen with the reception at the 50. And he's hit hard there by Stefanski.
That was great pressure by Andy Wilburn, and just able to get to the quarterback right on time, but he was able to get the ball off to Nash Niffen and set up that wide receiver screen. Went nowhere. Great pursuit by Rockford. Just comes out and pressures on him. But great play by Rockford and their defenders. Linebackers coming from inside out and corners stand outside, making Nash Niffen go back inside.
Yep. Joe Stefanski, 6'3", 210, inside linebacker, and he's a sophomore, so he's got some more growing to go. Back to throw. Holland gets out of the pocket and down the sideline. Incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th and punting down.
That was a great possession by Rockford's defense. They were pinned in their own territory and had to punt out of their own end zone. And you thought Holt would come out with some great field position and be able to do something and get some type of drive going. But 2 straight penalties put them in 1st and 20, and they wasn't able, obviously, to get 20 yards. Because Rockford's defense is just a little too tough for anybody even to get 10 yards. But 20 yards, that's impossible.
David Lopez to kick it away. Drew Moreau back. He's got it at about the 18. Spun around there, still keeping his feet and dodging tacklers. Finally down at the 22. And it seemed like he lost the ball. There's a scramble for the ball underneath, but he did get it back. So Moreau did get it back for the Rockford Rams. And as you see the sideline, Rockford now will get it at their 22-yard line. Here gets past 1, but then they just keep coming at him here.
Yeah, they stopped him on his initial.
There he loses it.
Tried hard to get going when you got guys coming down so fast. Then when you get away from the first one going east and west, there's going to be some help coming, and he was just able to get back on that football. It could have been costly.
Not much there on the first down run there by Ryan Cochran. Cochran, a junior, 5'8", 160, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. No gain really on that one. Before that rush, Rockford, well, actually now they're 13 carries, 56 yards. Holt has 14 carries for 59 yards rushing, so they're just about even in the rushing game. McGee gets his man in motion. Krieger, they pass out there though, and complete to Shaner. Not much there as the Holt Rams read it and force a 3rd and long now.
And you talked about those rushing numbers. Those aren't gaudy numbers. You're not going to see that tonight because both defenses are so well coached and so well disciplined. They play hard defense. Rockford's offense is used to 182 yards rushing per game. And on the flip side, Holt's offense is used to 193 yards rushing. But I don't think you're going to see any of that tonight. You're going to see some tough, hard-nosed defenses, and it's going to be a battle of field position. One, team's going to punt and try to get field position, and another team's going to punt and try to get field position. Whatever team can get the best field position, they're going to have the opportunity, a better opportunity, to win.
And both teams have been forced to pass the ball because the defenses have toughened up. Here's an interception. Cody Nash Niffen in the interception at the 20 to the 15. Along the sideline, did he get in? Touchdown. Touchdown, Holt.
That's a a great play by Nash Niffen, just being able to intercept the football and go all the way. It was a great pass by McGee, and the receiver, again, should have had the football. A lot of times over the middle, you know, we call that footsteps in the dark here. Over the middle, you know a safety's coming, and you're just trying to catch the football and maybe get down, and you forget that you might have a little alligator arms and let the ball slip out. But I think the receiver was looking for a hit, and the ball hit his pads, and that's what happens when they don't reach out for the football and catch it in their hands, try to catch it in their pads, and the ball pops up in the air for an interception.
It was in and out of the hands of Cochran. Now they try a trick play. Angling, and I think he hesitated a little bit. Imus hesitated, and he just kept running forward. I think he might have been all right, but he hesitated for 1 second, and that let the defender come in at him, as the extra point is no good. But what a turn of events here, as the ball went into Cochran's hands, and there you see the Holt Ram excited. Take a look here.
Just look over there. That ball should have been caught. And the receiver just, ball went into the air, hit his pad. Nash Niffen was sitting right there just ready to pick it off. And what a great effort by him just to get to the end zone.
Yeah, it was Leinesh, not Cochran.
Yeah, a lot of guys catch the football and interception and go out of bounds or look to get hit and try to fall down and just get up and celebrate. Nash Niffen smelled the end zone and he wanted to go all the way. What a great play.
So Holt leading 12-7 now over Rockford with 3:56 left in the second quarter. Holt to kick off. So Leinesh was the receiver, 6'2", 210, big tight end, number 46, who couldn't hang on to it. And fortunately for Cody Nash Niffen, he just happened to be right place, right time, as that popped up right into his hands as he was running toward it. And what a great effort down the sideline and then diving in for the touchdown. Short, high kick, taken there by Hoikel, looked like. No, excuse me, Curdy. Alex Curdy on the return, number 20 right there. There you see Nash Niffen doing a good job, not only as a receiver here tonight, but a defensive back right on the spot. Ball went out at the 39-yard line. That's where Rockford will start with 3:53 left here in the second quarter. McGee, quick draw, fake, goes back out, and complete to Shaner, Donnie Shaner, but not much there in terms of yardage.
And that's a play probably they practiced when they did practice on the wide side of the field, and they set up to the left-hand side. But the wide side was the right-hand side this time, and they probably should have tried to wait a little bit and maybe get the ball on the other hash before they ran that play, because there's not a lot of room when you're throwing a quick out to make something happen when you have the pursuit coming on the short side of the field.
Yeah. Second down and 8, gain of only 2. They go to the handoff off tackle. Not much there that time. And again, it's Curdy. Alex Curdy again on the carry, and he'll bring up third and passing down. And both teams find themselves in passing situations a lot now because the running games are going nowhere.
Well, the running games are going nowhere because the defenses are too tough. That front seven for Holt and front seven for Rockford, they're too tough, and you're not going to get a lot of yards like you've gotten on other teams. This is the second round of playoffs, and these teams are here for a reason, and it's not because they give up a lot of yards. They're tough defenses, and you're going to have to throw the football and make a big play in the passing game to win a game like this.
McGee back to throw. Here's one of those times. He's got time, and he's brought down, and again, it's Zajac on the delivery of the sack. The loss of 3, and it brings it 4th and 10 now.
And that's nothing but a coverage sack, Dave. You got Crawford, Nash Niffen, Holleran, and Beck Beachman back there playing great defense. And anytime you have 3, 4, 5 seconds to throw the football, you know that the secondary is covering well. Just great pursuit at the end by the defender, but downfield they had everybody covered. He had over 4 or 5 seconds to throw the football, and if nobody's open, secondary's doing their job.
Yep, and Zajac, you saw him stay at home at the linebacker position. Just wait to see what McGee was going to do. Punt goes out at about the 31-yard line. They call it the 32, and that is where the Holt Rams will start. Mike Smith sending the play in with Michael Hollern. Holt offense again. First quarter, 71 yards. Since then, only 1 yard offensively.
But they got the one big play. It doesn't matter, I guess, how many yards you get. You're looking at the stats, but sometimes stats lie. And when you get a turnover the way Nash Niffen got and take it all the way to the end zone, well, that makes a difference.
So turnover, the big key in this game right now, the big interception. Ball at the 32, 1st and 10. Rockford stops him cold. On the carry, Joe Powers. Powers, who set up the first touchdown for Holt. He was just like Nash Niffen. He was at the right place at the right time when Niffen passed it. Nash Niffen knocked it back to him through the air to get him down to the 1 yard line.
And this is a big possession for Rockford's defense. If they can hold them going into at halftime 12-7, they come out and they get the football. So big possession for Rockford's defense. They've answered the call pretty much all night. And if they can hold here, it'll be big going into the halftime.
To throw. Got him. Nash Niffen along the sideline. Get out of bounds, and he does. Stops the clock. Fans on the Holt side want a penalty. As he was out of bounds, they want a penalty there. Not going to get it. 1:29 left. Take a look.
Yeah, what great poise by Hollern. Just able to throw the football, and at the end, he ducked down because the rush was coming. But Niffen is the guy they're going to go to when they need the yards. He's got over 17 yards per catch, and he's going to make the big play whenever they throw his way.
Now he split out to the right, up top. First down, ball at about the 45-yard line. Hollern to throw downfield. Got a lot of zip on that one, but overthrows his intended receiver, Nick Norton. Last year at halftime, the score was Rockford 33, Holt 7. So you can see the difference in this contest here tonight as they are matching up very well.
Yeah, and another difference is you talked about the 18 guys that are back, that are seniors and experienced players. And when you get experience and you play in the playoffs last year and you lose, or you go into halftime 33-7 last year, that's not going to happen this year because these guys are experienced and they're guys that have a lot of pride, and they know what last year's score was at halftime. So they've come out and asserted themselves. And those 18 guys that felt that pain 33-7 at halftime, they're out here battling this half.
Here comes the pressure, and he had to get rid of it. Short of his intended receiver, Braden White. But Derek, did you see the pressure on Holler in that time?
Yeah, Rockford's getting a lot of pressure on Holt, and they're bringing guys, and their offense, Holt's offensive line is obviously a big offensive line, but you try to run slants and stunts and try to get to the quarterback. They brought a linebacker there and was able to get to him quick. The quarterback had to throw the ball before he wanted to.
Got Stefanski there, number 8. Called his number a lot. Holler now, 3rd and 10. Holler in the shotgun. Back to throw. Has time. Unloads. Nash Niffen. Complete. Trying to get out of bounds. And he stays in, unfortunately, for Holt.
Howard's pass is complete to number 81, Cody Nash Niffen.
Ball at the 42-yard line
First down.
of Rockford.
And Rockford's defense is taking a lot of chances. They're bringing the house, and they're going one-on-one on the outside. Well, Niffen is a guy that can beat one-on-one coverage. And anytime you're going to bring your linebackers and a safety and have one-on-one on the outside guys and all the guys, you're taking a chance. And you can get beat deep that way. But you can also, if the receiver does catch the football and he gets away, he can make a big play.
He can go all the way. Holland in the pocket, but he doesn't want to stay there as it collapses on him. And he loses about 5 yards.
Holleran's brought down in the backfield by Billy Haney.
Boy, that Holt fans, they did quiet down after that one.
Holt calls
as they buried him. Take a look.
And Rockford continues to pressure. He knows it's a 2-minute situation, and that Holt's going to drop back to pass the football. And they're just going to continue to bring guys and go one-on-one outside and just take the risk. But anytime you take that risk, you got to be watch out. You got to watch out, because if a receiver catches the ball in one-on-one coverage, if he breaks a tackle, he's going to make a big play and possibly score a touchdown.
Timeout down on the field with 56 seconds. Tonight's game brought to you in part by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers, selling the #1 vehicles in Detroit, like Mount Clemens and Mike Dorian Ford. Check your local listings
at the half, we have
in the yellow pages
14,
for a dealer near
7.
you. There you see Mike Smith trying to get his team one last opportunity to score here with 56 seconds left. Ball at the 47-yard line. Receivers all to the right side of Holland. Holland rolls out that way. He's got time. Unloads off of the fingertips of number 81, Cody Nash-Niffen.
You're not going to see that a lot. Niffen dropping the pass, hit him right in the hands, right in the sweet spot, and he dropped it. But Niffen is a good player. And as you can see here, just Holland rolling out where he's at his best, able to throw the football on the run. And just trying to run before the catch. And a lot of kids do that. Well, shoot, a lot of professional athletes do that. It's just a matter of concentration and just getting the ball in and running after you catch the football and look it in.
3rd and 15 now, 50 seconds left. And if you're passing, 50 seconds is plenty of time right now from where they're at to get in the end zone. So let's see what they do. 3 receivers up top, 2 to the left, and he's going to take off and run with it. And Holland is still not down. He gets out of bounds at the 32 with 43.1 seconds left.
Now, Holland's a good quarterback because, as you can see, that time Rockford's defense backed up. Their linebackers backed up in coverage. The secondary guys got deep, and Holland was able to see that hole and go and almost get the first down.
Yeah.
So great play by him.
Take a look as he drops back, takes off.
And a long one for Holt.
Take a look as he gets out of bounds at the 32, and a timeout by Rockford now down on the field. Let's see if there's a face mask here, as the Holt sideline wants a face mask. Is there one there? Nope. They were possibly blocked. We could maybe get a better angle here, maybe incidental. Right here, yes.
Association is asking you to take part in a survey.
He knew right away to let go.
Yeah, it was real quick. You know, in the heat of the battle, those type of things happen. It's just a matter of if the referee sees it or not. But yeah, that wasn't first face mask. Inadvertent one. Probably would have been about 5 yards, but it would have got him a first down. So
should have been a 5-yarder. And you're right. As you look at it now, it would have tacked down another 5 yards and a first down instead of 4th and 1. As Holland got out just shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, I like the way Holland's engineering this drive. They come and they bring pressure, and he finds the receivers open one-on-one. They drop back, and he finds the alleys to run through. So he's done a good job on this drive and enabled them actually to have a 4th and short and continue to drive.
And it's the 10th play of this drive, Derek. As they dive forward for the first down, they'll get it, and they'll stop the clock with the first down as the chains will move.
It's brought down by DJ Loves.
So it looks like they'll just spike this one.
First down.
Well, they have time to run a play now. They don't need to spike it.
If they had a play called, let's see. Chain crew having trouble on the far sideline. There we go. And getting it marked off. And now we start the clock. Holland under center. Fakes, gets pressured, throws downfield, complete. Inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. And complete to Joe Powers, number 45, who his name pops up here and there, and he's come up with some big plays.
Back up!
Timeout down on the field, and it's a referee timeout right now. 27 seconds on the clock. And the team, here's a penalty flag. Take a look at the call here. Illegal procedure on the offense.
There's a flag. Penalty against Holt.
So that'll knock them back, as they just seem to have some momentum going. And now Mike Smith calling for the team that he wants out there on the field.
And I'm just impressed. Holt's run 12 plays in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and that's great clock management to be able to run 10 plays and only have 2 minutes and 10 seconds and still have 27 seconds left.
Yeah, they still have 27 seconds. Ball is at the 20, they're saying 22-yard line, but it's not. It's at the 17-yard line. But it will be at the 22. Let's see, after this. So here we go. Now they're marching off the penalty. It'll put it at the 22, and it'll make it 1st and 15. And the Holt fans vocalizing their disagreement. Ralph Munger getting an explanation on what it was. And he says, aren't you sure it's not a 15-yard penalty or maybe more? Here we go. We're in the last seconds of the second quarter. Holland to throw into the end zone, up for grabs. He's got it, touchdown, Holt. Complete to Dominic Todd.
That was a play where Rockford just brought all the pressure. They brought everybody, safety, secondary guys, and Holland just stood in there at the last second. He threw the football up, and anytime you throw the ball up, the receiver is the one that sees it first. The defender is just running down the field with his back turned, and the receiver is just able to locate the football, jump up and get it, and fall into the end zone.
Take a look, Derek.
Yeah, see here, he just had pressure and came on him, and he just threw the ball up, and you see the defender, his back was to the ball, and the receiver was able to catch the football.
Now the extra point attempt. They're going for 2. They have not made an extra point here tonight. Hollern under center. He's got an I formation behind him. 2 receivers are split, and nobody is on Nash Niffen. Had they gone out to him? Diving, yes. It's Powers. Powers with the 2-point conversion. And that's a big 2 points as it gets it to 20-7 now.
What a heck of a drive by
Wow.
2 minutes left, and they're able to take the ball 45, 50, 55 yards down the field. Holland put together a great drive, and at the last second, just threw the ball up, pressure, and Todd was just able to come down with it. He's the only person that saw it. As we talked about, the defender had his back to the football, and just Holland standing in there and throwing at the last second. A lot of quarterbacks get kind of gun shy and they take the sack or they hold on to the football, but he's going to throw the football up and give his receivers an opportunity to catch it.
Wow. Holt eating up the clock, but then having enough time. 13 plays, was that?
I don't know if I've ever seen a 14-play drive with 2 minutes left.
12 plays, 68 yards, 2:03 off the clock, and the 22-yard touchdown to Dominic Todd. And that's our drive of the game. Yes, it's brought to you by our Metro Detroit Ford dealers, selling the #1 vehicles in Detroit. The Varsity Showcase drive of the game, and it comes right before halftime.
Dave, we have 24 minutes left, and you call that the drive of the game?
Well, the powers that be call it. We are just merely the announcers. Out to about the 33-yard line. Nice return for Derek Beamer. And they have 1 play left here. Will they air it out and try to make some magic of their own? We will see. Well, we'll get a chance to talk to head coach Mike Smith of Holt here before halftime. And we've got to talk to him about that great drive they just put together.
Yeah, it was the drive of the game. So, yeah, we do have to talk about that.
And they'll take the knee, and that'll do it, as Rockford will let the clock run out here at halftime. So a very successful first half for the Holt Rams here at home over Rockford. As Rockford dominated last year, Holt trying to make their presence known this year. And boy, that big offensive, defensive line they have. There you see big number 77, Austin Holt, 6'6", 285. And you better believe they're fired up.
But those are the leaders of their offense, their offensive line. We talked about how big they are, and on paper they're mammoth guys. And you know, you can see there he's just intense, and I don't know what he has going on inside, but he needs to get in at halftime and relax a little bit because he has another 24 minutes to play.
And I'm sure Coach Mike Smith will get him ready for the second half of play. And we have head coach Mike Smith down on the sideline. Coach, what a tremendous drive you put together to end that first half.
Yeah, Mike maintained his composure, and and I've got about 3 sophomores that are playing their butts off, and Dominic Todd that caught the ball has done a great job for me all year. He's very athletic, very fast.
Coach, talk about coming out at halftime. Are you going to stay on the attack? I mean, like
yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, because I think I watched the Muskegon Rockford game about 42 times this week, and and this was almost the same score. So I'm going to preach. We're going to get after it. We're not going to sit back.
Mike, were you shocked when you saw Cody Nash-Niffen pick that pass up and go down the sideline?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. He's done that all year long. It's just a matter of these kids are seniors, and all of a sudden he's doing it against Rockford now instead of in the league. But the thing is he's done that for 3 years for me. He's a great kid, and I expect great things out of my kids, and they're doing it right now.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
All right. Head coach Mike Smith lending his thoughts there on the first half, and boy, it seems like he's as excited as his players are, and he's getting us excited too.
Well, he has a right to be excited. We talked about in the open how they had to defend their home, and they came out and they started fast, and now they're defending their home turf. Anytime you get a playoff game at home, we talked about it being a luxury, but you have to take advantage of it. And at halftime, going in 20-7, they've taken advantage of it this first half.
All right, and they lead at 27 over Rockford. We'll be back with more here. Halftime at Holt, and the Holt Rams lead the Rockford Rams 27. We'll be back with more on the Varsity Showcase.
What is your problem, man? All right. What's going on here, fellas?
The missile was about to hit the school.
That doesn't change the fact that I don't have a car anymore. Who just throws a person's car at a missile?
You're serious?
Yeah. Who's going to pay for my car?
"200 years ago, Lewis and Clark set out to discover an all-water route to the Pacific. But what they really discovered were 58 hospitable nations who could have ended their journey at any time, but saved it instead. As we commemorate their bicentennial, we invite you to walk with them at lewisandclark200.org and see what you discover, because their trail winds through us all.
It doesn't matter where you live, or who you are, or what you do. Because somewhere, everywhere, in a city like mine, some kid like me is really, really sick. Why does that matter? Because you can help her get better.
Buy a miracle balloon and help your Children's Miracle Network Hospital make miracles happen.
Trust me, it matters.
Update your floors following a stop at Menards. Timber Falls Hardwood Flooring by Columbia is on sale. It comes with a 15-year finish warranty and a tongue and groove design. 3 1/4-inch Tyler Solid Oak is $379 a square foot. All stock Oriental Weavers rugs are on sale. Choose from scatters, runners, and more in a variety of styles. 60 by 86-inch room-size rugs start at just $69.99, helping you add style and comfort to any room in your home. Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Halftime here at Holt, where the Holt Rams lead the Rockford Rams 20-7 here at halftime. And Dave Zorn along with Derek Walker here. Derek, Holt scored first, and it seemed like they had a lot of momentum on that first drive. They didn't get the extra point. They led 6-0. But then when Rockford came back and made it 7-6, you thought that Rockford would get the momentum, and then they were going to take the ball right towards Holt.
Well, both teams are battling with that momentum type of thing. Like you said, Holt came out, scored. Rockford came back and answered, and that's what they're supposed to do. Anytime two teams are matched in the second round of playoffs, they're very similar. They play tough defense, and their offense is able to rush the football. But when you have tough defenses, you're not going to get the 5 and 6 yards of carry. It's going to be 2 yards and 3 yards, and what you're going to have to do is make big plays in the air.
Yeah, and that's what they did. The interception that we talked to Coach Smith about by Cody Nash-Niffen, that really set the tone for Holt the rest of that second half, was that a big interception.
Yeah, you look at Rockford's defense. They played well the first half, I think. Their offense gave up a turnover for a touchdown, and that was huge. But then when they gave up that touchdown before half, that kind of swung the momentum, obviously, towards Holt's way. And when they go in at halftime, they're feeling good about themselves. But Rockford needs to come out and just continue to play. I think McGee is playing well at quarterback. He's able to make some yards rushing, and he's also throwing for some yards. But they just have to settle down and start sustaining and getting some first down and sustaining some drives.
Yeah, do you think they're going to still shut down that running game and more of a passing game in the second half?
Well, I think Rockford's going to have to come out and throw the football. I mean, you look at Holt's defense, their front seven is huge. And those guys make a lot of plays. They play a conventional defense where their up front guys hold the blocks, and their linebackers hit the gap and make most of the tackles. So they're going to have to come out and maybe run some boots, some screens, and just do some different things to get some chunks of yards, because rushing the football, they're not going to get a lot of yards.
It's not happening for them. Well, when we return, we'll have stats and highlights for you. Stay with us. 27, the halftime score here at Holt. We'll be back with more on the Varsity Showcase.
This is Maya, and if she doesn't look too happy, she isn't. Maya, like many people, has too much credit card debt. How about you? Do you have $5, $10, $15, or even $25,000 or more in credit card debt? Are your creditors harassing you at all hours? Are you tired of going through life feeling like Maya? I'm Todd Cook, founder of 800 Credit Card Debt. Day in and day out, we help people just like Maya. Regular people who got in over their heads in credit card debt and want their lives back on track. At 800 Credit Card Debt, we'll help you find a payoff plan you can live with. One that could work with your creditors to eliminate penalties, lower your interest rates, and even reduce what you owe. Don't let the word bankruptcy enter your thoughts. Call us, because you can pay off your credit cards and still have money left over each month. And the best part is, you'll feel like yourself again. Maya did. Make the call today.
Get rid of your credit card debt once and for all. Call 1-800-790-4305.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Doris Biscoe. If you have Medicare Part A, you may be eligible for financial assistance to help pay for your prescription drugs, Medicare premium, or copays. And you can sign up for a Medicare Advantage plan all year long. Learn how you can save by calling the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
3 snowy channels of TV one day, and then something called cable brings competition, and I've never been the same since. Hundreds of channels, clear as a bell. Remember that old dial-up phone modem? Slow. Then cable pushes the internet to lickety-split. Cable's into phones now and brought prices down. Quality went up and just one easy bill. Cable competes, hun, and you and I win.
And welcome back again to Holt High School, where Holt leads 20-7 over Rockford. Dave Zorn along with Derek Walker here at halftime. And stick around, we've got some great highlights for you. And it's momentum, really, that we'll show you during these highlights. The momentum that Holt had on their first possession, the momentum that Rockford had on theirs, and how quickly it can change. Take a look at this first drive.
Yeah, the first drive, they just went to Antonio Todd and tried to assert their running game. But also, Holland was able to throw the football and elude pressure. As you can see here, he's not just a passer. He's able to get out of the pocket and run when he sees that no one's open. And just a lucky play here. The way the ball bounces sometimes helps you out. And just going into the end zone with some power, that offensive line really asserted themselves.
David Lopez scored the first touchdown. Now Rockford comes back with a nice drive of their own to end the first quarter and start the second quarter here. And here's the dive. Getting into the end zone was Quakel. Then this big interception.
Yeah, and that's what turned the game around. It was 6-7 at that point. And when he picked off the pass, they were able to grab that momentum and able to go in and score.
And Cody Nash-Niffen not only getting the interception, but also a big playmaker here.
Well, what happened was right before halftime with 2 minutes left, Rockford went to a lot of pressure defense, and they left the guys one-on-one on the outside. And anytime you leave Niffen one-on-one on the outside, and the way Holland was throwing the football, they're going to make some plays. And then just on that last play, again, Rockford tried to apply the pressure, and Holland threw the ball up and was able to be caught by Todd.
Yep, Dominic Todd on that reception. Now the stats. Take a look at the stats. Total yards, Holt has the edge, 141 to 83. But what really sticks out here for you?
What sticks out is the time of possession. As you look, it looks even there. But what the difference is, you look at that one interception. That one interception, a turnover, was costly because it was a touchdown. It was an interception for a touchdown.
And that a costly turnover as it led to the touchdown, as you said. Time of possession is really even, which kind of shocks me.
Well, it's shocking in a way, but you have two football teams that are good offensively, they're sound offensively, and the defenses play well. So you're going to get some possessions. It's not going to be big drives, but they're going to hold the football because they try to run the football, which is going to eat up clock. And then when they have to throw, they'll throw. So possession-wise, it doesn't surprise me that it's even. But the big plays are the turnover and the drive right before halftime.
All right, halftime here, 27 the score. We'll be back with more here on the Varsity Showcase.
When you fill someone's life with hope, you wind up adding a little more to your own. Help America's youth. Be a friend. Be a mentor. Just be there.
Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw?
Just ask Zach.
Mike just proposed to Elena, and she wants to tell Julie, but he had to stop her because Julie lives in Toronto, and long distance isn't cheap till after 8.
Sorry.
With Comcast, she can call Julie whenever she wants for one low price. Hey, congrats.
Get Comcast Digital Voice for as low as $24.95 per month for 6 months. Call 1-888-COMCAST for details.
It's not complex, it's Comcast.
Welcome back to the Varsity Showcase. We're at halftime here at Holt, where the Holt Rams lead the Rockford Rams as they butt heads now for another half coming up, and we'll have it for you. Stay tuned. More high school football action coming up.
When it comes to sports, DebtNews.com scores more points than anybody. Powered by the Detroit News, if you click on DebtNews.com, you know.
When you fill someone's life with hope, you wind up adding a little more to your own. Help America's youth. Be a friend. Be a mentor. Just be there.
Go to bigbrothersbigsisters.org.
Once they've outgrown their toddler seat, they're still not ready for adult safety belts alone. 4'9" is the magic number. Until then, kids need a booster seat. Make sure your little pumpkin gets there safely. Visit boosterseat.gov.
It hasn't been a great start for the Big Ten Network. They've been criticized by newspapers across the country. Why? Because the BTN wants to force every cable customer to pay for their channel, even if they don't want it. We think that's wrong. That's why Comcast is showing 150 college football games this year, with almost 50 great Big Ten matchups. Call 1-800-COMCAST for the best of Big Ten sports at no extra cost.
Update any room with quality Dutch Boy innovations. Original Ceiling Solutions goes on violet and dries bright white, so it's easy to see any areas you might have missed. Or try Scented Ceiling Solutions too. With a clean, fresh scent, it will delight your nose as well as your eyes. And right now, both are on sale. Your choice just $13.88 a gallon. Improving your home is easy at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
And welcome back to Holt High School for the second half of this exciting contest. And it's brought to you by the Detroit News. Visit DetroitNews.com today, DetNews.com, for all the information you'll need covering high school sports and more with Tom Markowski, Rod Beard, and Tim Twentyman. That's tonight's third quarter, brought to you by the Detroit News. And there you see number 15 behind his head coach, Ralph Munger. Ralph Munger, not used to these positions, being down 20-7 right now.
Well, yeah, last year he was up 33-7 going into halftime. And I talked to Coach Munger, and he talked about his team this week and how they were sick and they were battling a flu bug that was going around for the past couple of weeks. Coaches and players alike have been sick, and he was just hoping to come into this game and have his players finish it. And I think, you know, they're at a point now where you just have to suck it up. If you're sick, you go in the halftime or the locker room and get your IV. But you got to come out in this playoffs. It's either win or go home. And I think these guys are going to try to rise to the occasion second half.
Now let's see what they do here. Leinish picks it up on the short kickoff, gets it back to about the 38-yard line. So good field position for the Rockford Rams to start with. Here you see Mike Smith, who, boy, he was excited at halftime about what his team had accomplished. And I'm sure that excitement and momentum carried on into the halftime huddle there.
Well, he called a good first half offensively. Whoever the coordinator is, whether it's Mike Smith or one of the other coaches, they did a good job of, at least on that last drive right before half, of calling a great assortment of plays and letting their players make plays.
Let's see what Rockford can do with their assortment of plays. This pass is thrown behind Sam Bogard, the intended receiver there, number 4. So 2nd and 10 now for Rockford as the Holt Rams try to fight off the Rockford Rams.
Now, Rockford's going to have to get something going this first possession of the second half. You talk about how important possessions are. They got to get something going. Even if they don't score any points, they're going to have to march down the field and just assert themselves to let themselves know that they have confidence that they can score and get some type of momentum going.
Bogart goes in motion. Taking it is the new quarterback in there. Banaszak, Robert Banaszak, is hit for a loss. So Banaszak has come in there twice. And things really haven't worked out for him on what Ralph Munger wants to accomplish with him in there. I don't really see it, but he's coming back into the huddle again.
Well, I think when you look at them switching quarterbacks in and out, I think Holt has done their preparation and watch film and know what each quarterback can do. One quarterback's good at dropping back and throwing the football. The other one's good at running. So when you know that, you strategize for each quarterback. You bring your ends upfield against Banaszak and rush him and make sure he doesn't get outside.
Here's Banaszak to throw, and he zips it downfield complete. way downfield to Sam Bogard to the 35 of Holt. Well, now we see what Banaszak can do. That's the first time we've seen him really throw a pass in this one.
Well, Banaszak's a good passer, too. I mean, we talked about why he's not in, just a quick rollout and put the ball right where it needs to be. Great catch by the receiver. But Banaszak has thrown for over 740 yards this year. And the reason he was out was because he got dinged up a little bit. McGee came in and kept the team rolling. But Banaszak's a good quarterback, and he has a lot of starting ability.
Look at him go now. First down and more. And before he's ridden out close to the 10-yard line, but he threw that 30-yard pass complete to Bogart, who's 6'5", and now he takes off himself, and Banaszak is 6'4".
And that's what he can give you. He can give you that run. Anytime a pass play breaks down, you think they're going to throw the football, but he's going to run, and that's what he likes to do. He has over 500 yards rushing, and he accounts for a lot of this team's yards and total offense. And when anytime he can get the ball in his hands and run or throw, he's going to make something happen.
Ball on the 11-yard line, and they run it off tackle in the first play. And on the carry was number 43, Cochran, Brian Cochran. There you see him for Ralph Munger's team. So Rockford on a roll right now in their first possession of this second half. Mike Smith trying to point to the scoreboard. Here on the run again, touchdown from the same spot he scored before. It's Quakel, Aaron Quakel, with his second touchdown in the same spot. And the Rams said, wait a second, this game is not over, and we've got the momentum back.
Well, Rockford did just what they had to do coming out of halftime. March the ball downfield. They bring in a different quarterback, and he's a guy who started throughout the whole season, and he knows how to win football games. They let their offensive line work up front. You come out at 20-7. You take the first drive of the second half in less than 2 minutes, and you score. That's the way you get back into a football game.
Quakel on the 7-yard run. The extra point is up, and it is good. And it's 20-14 now. Early here in the third quarter. 10:40 left. We'll be back with more. You're watching the Varsity Showcase on Comcast Local.
Or it's happening around you right now. DebtNews.com delivers the fastest, most complete news and information available. Powered by the Detroit News. If you click on DebtNews.com, you know.
I remember how much you said you liked wine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
No one brings you live CCHA action like Comcast Local. Tune in Friday, November 9th for CCHA action on Comcast Local. The excitement starts at 7 p.m. with host Art Regner, bringing you pregame coverage live from the ice on CCHA tonight. Then it's a 7:30 puck drop as Alaska Fairbanks takes on the Michigan Wolverines, all on Comcast Local.
Once you see the world through math and science, you'll never see anything the same way again. Go to girlsgotech.org.
You'll see.
And welcome back to Holt High School, where the Holt Rams lead now by a slimmer margin of only 6 points, 20-14, as Rockford makes a statement on their first possession of the second half. Nathan Schmuck to kick off. Number 47. Good high kick. Taking it about the 7-yard line. Cody Nash-Niffen gets it out to about the 20. So Holt will start at the 20-yard line. And we'll see what the Holt Rams can do. You see the Rockford sideline as they scored. 6 plays, 62 yards, only 120 off the clock. And take a look at the Holt offensive sandwich, as we call it. Drives 1 and 5, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. Everything in between, sandwiched with, well, 3 yards and not much positive. Hollering back to throw, almost intercepted. Nash-Niffen along the sideline again. And how many times can you go to a guy in the same spot?
37 zone.
And he is doing a nice job down that sideline and getting open.
Well, he's the guy that's going to make the plays in the passing game for Holt. And you're right, Rockford has to do something about that. Maybe you double him or put someone out and put someone underneath. But just a great throw by Hollering, and Nash-Niffen able to make the catch. He's going to make some plays, and you're right. Put 2 guys on him when they go to the passing game.
There was nobody near 10 yards away is where they were. Nobody on him. They go to the run now. Trying to mix that in there as Antonio Todd gets a carry. I can't remember the last time he carried the ball. They have been passing so much.
Well, yeah, it's been a while, and they've gone to the passing game. And that's what Coach Munger for Rockford was afraid of. He talked about how balanced they were when they couldn't run the football, or when, you stop the run. They're able to connect in the air and make some big plays. And Holt has come out, and you're right. We haven't heard Todd's name in a while because we've heard about Hollering throwing to Niffen most of the second quarter.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to get back to a running game because the clock is going to become important, and you're going to have to eat up some clock.
3 yards on the carry, so it's 2nd and 7 now. Hollering, quick pass out there, complete to Braden White. White will not have enough for the first down. Looked like he was going to get it, but good defensive surge pushed him back. So not a bad play call there as they go back the other side, not expecting, and they pick up a good gain.
Well, Holt's offense is doing a lot of interesting things. They'll come out and set up wide and put 2 or 3 receivers outside and force Rockford either to make a decision. Either you come in and you bring your linebackers back in and try to stop the run, or we're going to run the football with your linebackers outside, or if you bring your linebackers inside, we're going to throw the football on the outside.
Yeah, what a good driving hit. You saw the Rockford player take him into the sideline. They stack it up here, no gain. It'll be 4th and 1 and a punting down.
Joe Powers is the ball carrier.
Powers carried it, but in there
right down by Ryan
was Stefanski again.
And Josh Oswald.
And 2 other Rockford Rams to stop him. And they're going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, and during the regular season, in their conference, they line up 3rd and 1, and they just let their offensive line go to work.
Yeah.
6'2", 260 pounds. We can get 1 yard, but this is not the regular season. Yeah. This is the playoffs. And those guys, they wear pads too, and they come to play.
Here we go. The punt by Lopez. And they have to drop back to get it. And, oh, my, he's just buried inside the 10. Drew Moreau was just buried back there. Take a look here as he misses this.
Well, yeah, he misses the punt the first time. And you look there, he should just fall on the football.
Yeah.
Those guys coming down. And a lot of times, the coach just teach you, hey, fall on the football, and let's line up on first down and get what we can get. But when you try to start making plays, as you can see the first half, he fumbled that football.
Yeah.
Now, this time, the same result could have happened. And things only go from bad to worse when you muff a punt.
Here come the Rockford Rams again. Big run here. Close to a first down, and he got it. First down. And big carry there by number 39, Cole Daigle, with his first carry.
And Rockford's trying to catch Holt's defense on their heels. First possession in the second half, they go 60 yards and score. And now this first play of the second possession that they have, they're going to try to assert themselves and try to run the football and use some of this clock.
Cole Daigle gives him a first down. And look at this, cutting for some extra yardage is number 21, Koikel. Aaron Koikel now with a nice gain of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up. Ralph Munger wants a timeout right here, and he'll get it. 7:50 left in the third quarter, and he calls a timeout. And we'll take a break too. At 7:50, 20-14, Holt over Rockford. We'll be back with more third quarter action after this.
Listen, I know you're upset, but it was just one date. And dating's like the stock market. There's ups and downs and ups. So always buy low.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
3 snowy channels of TV one day, and then something called cable brings competition. And I've never been the same since. Hundreds of channels, clear as a bell. Remember that old dial-up phone modem? Slow. Then cable pushes the internet to lickety-split. Cable's into phones now and brought prices down. Quality went up and just one easy bill. Cable competes, hun, and you and I win.
Looking for the perfect home? Esquire Development and Comcast Cable can help. Press Channel 1 on your remote. Choose Searchlight, Real Estate, then Esquire Development. You'll be able to browse their current listings, see in-depth previews of their current projects, and view the styles, floor plans, and amenities available in their newest models. When you see property you like, call Esquire Development for more information. Browse all the listings now playing on demand. Press Channel 1 on your remote. Choose Searchlight, Real Estate, then Esquire Development.
College football coming up Saturday, November 10th. Kent State, Northern Illinois, Villanova, Towson. 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. starts right here on Comcast Local. Rockford now with a third down coming up. Deep in their end of the field.
No gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 5 for Rockford.
So that spark that they had on that first drive, not here. First half, 3.9 yards per play. Here in the second, 14.8 after that big first drive they had. But right now, they need to get that elusive first down. Banaszak looking downfield, lofts it up. He's got his man off his face mask. Threw his hands off the face mask of Sam Bogard, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he had his man.
Yeah, it was a good pass by Banaszak. He rolled out and to the right-hand side and going for that same guy that caught the pass before. And as you look here, the ball, like you said, just went right off his face mask.
Right through his hands. Watch this. But I think the defender, Halloran, that was back there, kind of deflected it a little bit. And the stunned Sam Bogard, but he's getting talked to by Ralph Munger.
Yeah, and the important thing about that drive and the drive before that resulted in touchdown is now Rockford knows that they can move the football, so they're gaining a little confidence, and they're going to come out and just let their defense play. But offensively, they know they can move the football, and that's encouraging.
Yeah. Good high punt, gets it back to about the 41-yard line of Holt, and they'll get good field position to start their drive with 6:56 left here in the third quarter. So Holt trying to pick up that magic, that momentum that they had to end that first half with that number 81 right there, Cody Nash-Nippen. Soccer fans, you can catch live major indoor soccer league action this Sunday on Comcast Local. The New Jersey Ironmen are all set to visit the Detroit Ignition for their second home game of the season at CompuWare Sports Arena. And we have Al Pawlowski and Roger Faulkner bringing you all the details right here at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on Comcast Local. Good run there, good hard run by number 22, David Lopez. So Lopez gives him a good run, and it's 2nd and 5 now. So a great job when you can get 5 yards on that first down.
I think that's what Holt has to stick to. Run the football on first down. You know, they're trying a lot of flanker screens and a lot of hitch passes outside. run the football, see what you can get, and line up second and short or second and medium, and then go from there. But don't come out throwing the football and then put yourself in a bad position at 2nd and 10.
Yeah. So they go to the ground again. They get the first down. So Lopez, it's across the 45, inside the 45 of Rockford for the first down. And a player down now for Rockford.
We have an official timeout for a player injury.
First time we've seen anybody down. Looks like number 75 for Rockford, and that would be Matt Barton. Let's see the play. 72 actually is the player down. And there's the nice run by Lopez. So Billy Hannay, 6'2", 200 pounds. The player down right now for Rockford. And with this pause in the action, we'll take a pause, and we'll be back with more here. Third quarter, 6:13 left. Holt still leads 20-14 over Rockford.
This is Maya, and if she doesn't look too happy, she isn't. Maya, like many people, has too much credit card debt. How about you? Do you have $5, $10, $15, or even $25,000 or more in credit card debt? Are your creditors harassing you at all hours? Are you tired of going through life feeling like Maya? I'm Todd Cook, founder of 800 Credit Card Debt. Day in and day out, we help people just like Maya. Regular people who got in over their heads in credit card debt and want their lives back on track. At 800 Credit Card Debt, we'll help you find a payoff plan you can live with. One that could work with your creditors to eliminate penalties, lower your interest rates, and even reduce what you owe. Don't let the word bankruptcy enter your thoughts. Call us, because you can pay off your credit cards and still have money left over each month. And the best part is, you'll feel like yourself again. Maya did. Make the call today.
Get rid of your credit card debt once and for all. Call 1-800-790-4305.
What'd she say?
She said whatever.
No, she says that all the time.
What's that?
Hello? I'm on the phone. Mom, I'm on the phone! Hello? I'm on the phone.
Who's this? It's me. I'm on the phone. Mom.
Oh, you're on the phone. All right. Sorry. Okay, anyway.
Who are you talking to? Kelly?
Mom.
All right.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
As a graduating high school senior, your school sports playing days come to an end. But as you move on, you can still stay in the game by trading in your playing uniform for a new opportunity. High school sports need new officials now more than ever. Officiating is a great way to give back to the game, stay in shape, and it's not a bad way to make part-time money while you're in college. Register online at MHSAA.com and stay in the game. A public service message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association.
Billy Hannay walking off on his own power, which is good. He had hurt his leg down there. You see the left leg. The sock is down right on the shin, but he'll be all right. And he goes off, substitution in for him, and we're back to the action now. 1st and 10 after the first down carry by Lopez. Go to Lopez again. It's trying to break it outside, but he meets big number 45 right there, Josh Osborne. At the stop.
And Holt's plan is safe. They're going to their running game, and they're able to have some success in the second half, as they didn't have in the first half. And that's what you do when you're up 20-14. You got to choose some clock, and you got to shorten the game. And the way you do that is you run the football. And if you have success at doing that, you can, one, get the clock down and shorten the game. But number two, you can keep the lead and keep Rockford's offense from taking the field.
Yeah, I think that's what their approach is right now, don't you think? But they've got to pick up the first downs, and David Lopez that time was short, and it's going to be 3rd and long coming up now as the Rockford defense toughens up. Big number 44, Andy Wilburn there.
Gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5 now for Michael Hollern. A.C. Wilburn. Well, you got to love both teams and the heart that both teams have shown here tonight.
I'm impressed by the physicality of the game.
Yeah.
The way these guys have hit, and guys have gotten up from big hits and able to make another play.
Here's Hollern. He wanted to do a quick draw, but the defense was quicker.
as we talked about earlier, nothing's working up the middle, Dave.
Yeah.
Early in the game, the defenses have asserted themselves and said, okay, if you're going to do anything, you're going to have to run outside. You're not going to get anything up the middle with our front seven on either side of the football.
Here's Stefanski and Osmond again. Right there to stop him.
And as you see the linebacker just
So
coming through the hole
sandwiched.
and blitz, they've seen that play 3 or 4 times already, and no way were they going to let it happen.
Great job by Osmond and Stefanski. We've seen both of them extensively here tonight. Back to punt is Lopez. High snap, he gets it down, but he can't get the punt off. And a big break for Rockford as they get him at the 44-yard line. They're going to call it right at the 45, actually. So great field position for Rockford now to start the next drive.
And just as it looked as Holt was doing something, run the football and then try to punt and get it into their possession and just play defense, this happens.
The high snap killed him because look at all the pressure they're getting and the penetration they've been getting all night.
I don't know. As a punter, you have to make a decision. Do you try to punt and risk the block, or do you just try to make the first down and get down? But looks like he had a little time to punt, but he chose not to.
Alex Rojas got in there quickly. Stacking it up, not much there for number 20. And that's Curdy again.
Alex Curdy was the ball carrier. He was brought down.
Gain of maybe a yard. You see the clock winding down here. 4 minutes now left here in the third quarter. In motion goes Curdy. They give it to him again. Cuts it upfield. First down and more. Finally brought down by Cody Nash-Niffen.
And Rockford's offense is starting to find some holes. That offensive line is coming alive, and maybe Holt's defense is getting a little tired, but Rockford offense is starting to do some things, and the things that were closed down in the first half, the 2 or 3 yards they were rushing for, now they're getting gassed, getting big yards for 6, 7, 8 yards a carry. So things are changing a little bit here in the second half for Rockford.